Hey people, Broken Puppet, and this is how to draw a Neo Traditional Moth. Enjoy. Right people, how to draw a Neo Traditional Moth. Start with an oval shape. Put in a secondary oval shape. Kind of like a long light bulb shape. I'm going to curve out. Back around, so like this kind of like teardrop kind of shape almost. Just imagine coming underneath that. Just there. Line that. Same sort of thing roughly the other side. Branch a little bit on the outside now, just make it a little bit wider. And when this comes out, I want to make this edge a little bit more pointy, so just curve off the edge bit now. Go back into it. You get a little circle bit just here. That's where his little head's going to be. Curve off here, just where one of his antenna's going to be. And the other one can be there. I'm going to do like circle shape above it. But it's not going to be circles, I'm going to come back in, it's going to be like crescent moon. That'll be faded behind him. The skull bit just there. And I'm going to plot out some shapes now just on the wings. So I'm going to make a little loop just there, I think. I think this can curve there. So what do I just create some interesting shapes? Keep that as parallel as possible. Don't mind if you go a little bit off being parallel. Two little circles, one triangle in the middle, little bits at the bottom, and curve around it. Just for a rough skull shape, just for the minute, you know, we'll add more details to it afterwards. Some oval shapes, just filling in this gap, just repeating, just there. Now don't worry if it's messy for the minute, you know, you want it to be messy. It's just working everything out. A couple of little parts coming for the bottom. Let's make it a bit more symmetric actually. Just like so. A little bit of shading just around it and stuff, but that's the rough shape of it. So now I'm going to come in a bit more detailed now, so you can sort of like get everything the way you want it to be. So I said, two circles for the eyes, triangle for the nose, bring that down, and when you get here, just create little loops. Come back up, curve out at the cheek bit, so you want it to bend out. Come back in, follow the line around the eye, like so, and then just create a cap on top. And that'll give you a skull shape. And I'm going to create that oval shape around it. Create another line around it. And have a little light source just there. Bit of shine is going to be shaded around the outside, just there. Almost like a little bit of jewellery. And that's going to be the position for the start at the top. Come from this bottom, you want to curve outwards a little bit, then back inwards. Outwards a little bit, then back inwards. Just creating these long oval shapes. Just filling in that gap just there. I'm just going to reinforce the outline for this wing now. Just going to go and come there. I don't want this to be dead smooth. I'm going to make it a couple little tiny bumpy areas like here. When I come to a tiny little point in there, bend off of that, and then when I get to about here, where this line would connect up here, I'm going to bump that one more time, like so. Same on this side. Don't worry if it's 100% not. If it's not 100% symmetrical, you know, if I was doing this normally, take my time, I would make it symmetrical. Like what I'd normally do is draw half it on, like say, tracing paper, flip it, trace the other half, and it's perfectly symmetrical. It's always a good little technique. Get a little top bit, two little eyes, just little curves off the top bit. Create those antennas coming out. Going to bring line down. Curve back up. Couple little lines just off of it. Two little curved ones just to the side. Just going to reinforce the shape of that moon a little bit. Not too strong though, because I'm thinking maybe doing this in dots. But let's see, I might not. Actually no, I might not, I don't know. In case you don't realise, I do make this up as I go along sometimes. Often I say the best things come along, you know, I don't pre-plan everything. Cool. Now we've got that, and it's going to reinforce the shapes here now and make all the pattern work. So I'm going to bring in this line here. When I get this one, I'm going to make like a ball shape inside it, I think. Like an eye. Down here I'm going to split this up into a few little bits, so a couple little separation lines. Create sort of parallel lines, so you've kind of got a little gappy space. Fill in that part there. Couple little lines and then two little able bits. Don't go too complicated, but make sure you just make them a bit of fun. Find those little line bits there. And then the same on this side, so little eye part. Ovals, 1, 2. Lines there. So that's the basic outline for pencil. So I'm going to come in with my pens now and just tidy everything up. Let's get my black Sharpie. There we go. So I'm just going to use Sharpie just for the basic bold outline and then refine it with thinner lines as we get inside. Take your time with this bit, make it as neat as you can. You know me, I'm just quickly going to go through it, so it won't be 100% perfect, but you'll get the idea. Borderline bits except the scar. Just quickly using that just to put in those little black areas. Alright, now what I'm going to do is come in with a finer liner now. Just putting all those extra detail bits. So just going to have all these other line bits now. So again, and now just bring in all those lines in there. Oh, so that's a line work in there, so just grab the pen. Just rub out the pencil work. You might want to give yours a second to dry it. My pens are pretty quick drying. Nothing worse than doing this bit and smudging everything. Especially the pen, because obviously you can't erase that. So to start with now, I'm just going to put in some black bits and blend them out. So I'm just using a Winsor Newton brush markers. You can use pencil paints, whatever you want. Don't feel like you have to use what I use. It's just an option. So just little areas I'm blocking in. So you see just little sections. Asymmetric on the other sides. So just here, because I want to get like a nice little fade out bit there. A couple of little sections I might just black out completely, just for the design purpose. just the bottom of this bit. And just a little bit there. So that's the solid black in there. Now I'm going to grab a darker grey shade. Just blend out those edges. It's a good thing on markers, you can kind of just like go over the edge. Make sure you're using decent quality paper if you're using markers, because if you're using basic printer paper, you just like rip it to shreds. It hasn't got premium expensive paper, like this paper isn't expensive, this only, I can't remember how much it costs, it's not much. You know, Bristol board's a really good one. It's a little bit more pricey, but it's definitely worth it. I love Bristol board. So just putting a little bit of shadow, just like I said, just over those little key areas. And I'm going to come back in with a really light grey, super light grey, and just blend it out to nothing. Now, as I tell you guys quite regularly with markers, always remember that as you use markers, they will make the paper darker to begin with because it's wetting the paper. As they dry, they go lighter. So this marker I'm using now, as it dries, will fade to nothing. Very important to remember that. I'm just going to start colouring in. Colour in this bit yellow, and I throw in some white highlights. Now where you see me use the white highlights later on, if you use normal paper, you can just leave those areas blank. But I'm using this yellow here, it kind of comes out a bit mustardy on this paper, which is cool for what I want. Bright yellow is also really cool on normal paper. What's the one I want? It's got this really nice purple, just using this in the background bit. I'm going to fade this out into pink. Just to create that nice little highlight section. Just in that. Grab me a red, it's going to colour in some certain areas, just solid red. So colour in that. Sometimes more simple is better as well, like here, just colouring this section just here, pure red. Really works, it doesn't have to be like different colour for every little bit. No, it's quite easy to over colour things sometimes. You know, never underestimate using wider colours or using colours you wouldn't normally sort of thing. Like if you've got an area now, sometimes just using like pure grey colour is really nice. You know, don't feel like it always has to be like a blue, green, purple, pink, whatever. There's many colours out there. Just gonna use a bit of brown on this body. So lighter brown. Not too many brown parts, but just enough just to bring a bit of symmetry with it. Just gonna flick in a little bit of blue just on there. And fade out into white. grassy green. And how the hell did I miss that? Just looking at it thinking, I know there's something I missed. 1, 2, 3. Into yellow. And I'm going to get this moon on here. Forgive me if this isn't 100% accurate. I would normally take my time and really kind of make sure it is, but as it is with these videos, I can't keep them too long. I would normally rub out the line work first, but I'm going to get a bit more accurate. So we've got that. So now it's going to flick in some white. So just a white Faber-Castell pencil. So just whiten it just around the edges, just to kind of bring the design out. Then I'm going to get grey. I'm just going to flick a little bit of grey just on the outside now. Grab me lighter grey. And I've got my lighter grey. This one pretty much blends it out to nothing once it dries. And lastly, just a little bit just to Just colour on your skull. And you're done. That's how to draw a Neo Traditional Moth. I hope you like it. Comment, subscribe, like, yada yada yada. I'm the Broken Puppet. And I'll see you next time, people. Peace.